Welcome back to our channel. We hope you'll find valuable content here. If you enjoy our channel, please remember to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more. Let's dive in. Imagine you're trying to get the most out of your ChatGPT, and you want to know the secrets to crafting prompts that lead to valuable and relevant answers. Well, you're in the right place, because I'm here to guide you through these strategies in plain, everyday language. Alright, first things first. If you want ChatGPT to give you the best answers, you've got to ask the right questions. Forget about vague stuff like, "Tell me about marketing strategies." That's like asking a chef to make something delicious. Instead, be crystal clear. Ask questions like, what are the most effective digital marketing strategies for e-commerce businesses? See the difference? Specific questions get specific answers. Chapter 1: Clear and Specific Questions. In this chapter, we're diving into the power of asking clear and specific questions when using ChatGPT. Imagine you're talking to a person, and you want to get useful information from them. Would you ask something vague like, "Tell me about your hobbies," or would you be more precise and say, "What are your top 3 favorite hobbies, and why do you enjoy them?" Here's a more detailed look at this strategy. The problem with vague questions. When you ask vague or open-ended questions, you might get vague and unhelpful answers. In the business world, time is precious, and you need answers that get to the point. The solution. Phrase your prompts as clear, specific questions. This not only helps you get precise answers, but also makes your communication with ChatGPT more efficient and effective. Example. Let's say you want to learn about marketing strategies. Instead of asking, "Tell me about marketing strategies," ask, "What are the most effective digital marketing strategies for e-commerce businesses?" The second question is specific, and it guides ChatGPT to provide valuable insights. Why it matters. By asking clear and specific questions, you're setting the stage for a productive conversation. You're more likely to get the information you need to make informed decisions and take meaningful actions in your business. Real-life application. Imagine you're working on a marketing campaign for your e-commerce store. You need to know which strategies work best online. By asking specific questions like, "What are the key elements of successful email marketing campaigns for e-commerce?" or "How can I optimize my Google Ads for better results in e-commerce?" you can gather practical insights that can directly impact your business. Takeaway. Clear and specific questions are your secret weapon when using ChatGPT. They cut through the noise and lead to more valuable and relevant responses. In the business world, clarity is key, and this strategy will help you get the answers you need to succeed. Chapter 2: Provide Context. In this chapter, we'll explore the importance of providing context when using ChatGPT. Think of context as the background information that helps ChatGPT understand what you're asking and why you're asking it. It's like giving someone directions with landmarks instead of just street names. The problem without context. Imagine you ask ChatGPT, "How can I increase my sales?" Seems like a straightforward question, right? But without context, ChatGPT might not know if you're talking about an online store, a physical retail shop, or a service-based business. The solution. Before diving into your question, briefly provide the context. It's like setting the stage for a play. For example, in the context of my online jewelry store, how can I increase my sales? Now ChatGPT knows what you're specifically looking for. Why it matters. Context ensures that ChatGPT understands your query correctly. Without it, you might receive a broad response that may not be relevant to your situation. Providing context helps you get tailored and valuable information. Example. Let's say you run a small coffee shop and you're wondering about marketing strategies. Instead of asking, "How can I market my business?" you could say, "In the context of my small coffee shop, what are effective marketing strategies to attract more local customers?" This context helps ChatGPT provide insights tailored to your unique business. Real-life application. Suppose you're planning a product launch for your tech startup. You can ask, in the context of launching a new tech product, what are the key steps for a successful launch strategy? This way, you receive advice that directly applies to your situation. Takeaway. Providing context is like giving ChatGPT a map to navigate your question. It ensures you get responses that are relevant to your specific needs and goals. So, never underestimate the power of context in your interactions with ChatGPT. It's a small step that leads to big results. Chapter 3: Use trigger words. In this chapter, we'll explore the role of trigger words in crafting effective prompts for ChatGPT. Think of trigger words as signposts that guide ChatGPT in providing the type of response you're looking for. They help set the tone and structure of the answer. The problem without trigger words. When you ask a question without trigger words, ChatGPT may not know whether you want an explanation, a list, or a description. This can lead to less structured or relevant responses. The solution. Incorporate trigger words like explain, describe, outline, or list to give ChatGPT clear instructions on how to structure its response. These words act as cues, letting GPT know what you're expecting. Why it matters. Trigger words bring clarity to your prompts. They help you obtain well-structured and informative answers, making your conversations with ChatGPT more efficient and effective. Example. Let's say you want to learn about the SWOT analysis framework. Instead of asking a plain question like, "What is SWOT analysis?" you can say, "Please explain the key components of a successful SWOT analysis." The word explain tells ChatGPT to provide a detailed breakdown. Real-life application. Imagine you're preparing a presentation on market trends. You could ask, "Can you describe the current trends in the technology industry?" Using the word describe prompts ChatGPT to provide a detailed description of the trends. Takeaway. Trigger words act as your communication tools with ChatGPT. They help you specify the type of response you're looking for, ensuring you receive answers that align with your needs and expectations. So, remember to use these words to guide your conversations effectively. Chapter 4: Specify length and depth. In this chapter, we'll explore the importance of specifying the length and depth of the response you want from ChatGPT. Imagine you're ordering food, and you want to ensure you get the right portion size. Similarly, when chatting with ChatGPT, specifying the length and depth ensures you get the right amount of information. The problem without specification. Without specifying, ChatGPT might give you a one-sentence answer, which could be too brief, or it might write a lengthy essay that's more than you need. The solution. Be clear about how much information you want. Specify the length, in words or characters, and the depth, how detailed, of the response you're seeking. Why it matters. By specifying length and depth, you ensure that ChatGPT tailors its response to your requirements. This saves time and ensures you receive answers that are neither too short nor excessively long. Example. Let's say you're researching a business concept, like the SWOT analysis framework. Instead of leaving it open-ended, you could say, provide a concise overview of the SWOT analysis framework in 150 words. Now you'll get a focused and informative response. Real-life application. Imagine you're writing a blog post and need some insights. You can ask, "Give me a detailed explanation of content marketing strategies in 500 words." This way, ChatGPT knows to provide an in-depth response that's perfect for your blog. Takeaway. Specifying the length and depth of your request is like customizing your order. It ensures you get just the right amount of information to meet your specific needs. It's a simple yet powerful way to make your interactions with ChatGPT more efficient and productive. Chapter 5: Ask for examples. In this chapter, we'll explore the strategy of asking for examples when interacting with ChatGPT. Examples can be like bright illustrations in a book, they make complex ideas easier to understand. The problem without examples. Sometimes, when you're trying to grasp a concept or understand how something works, explanations alone might not cut it. You need real-life examples to connect the dots. The solution. Don't hesitate to ask ChatGPT for examples or case studies when seeking to understand a concept or idea better. Why it matters. Examples provide concrete evidence and real-world context. They make abstract concepts come to life and can be incredibly valuable for learning and decision-making. Example. Let's say you're studying business management and you want to understand the concept of market segmentation. Instead of just asking for a definition, you could say, "Can you provide an example of a company that successfully implemented market segmentation to boost sales?" Now you get a real-world scenario to learn from. Real-life application. Imagine you're working on a marketing campaign for your startup. You can ask, "Give me examples of successful guerrilla marketing tactics used by startups." These examples can inspire and inform your own marketing strategy. Takeaway. Asking for examples is like turning on the light in a dark room of concepts. It makes things clearer and more relatable. Don't hesitate to request real-life instances to enhance your understanding and decision-making. Chapter 6: Seek Opinions and Recommendations. In this chapter, we'll explore the strategy of seeking opinions and recommendations from ChatGPT. Think of ChatGPT as your virtual advisor, ready to provide insights and suggestions on various topics. The problem without seeking opinions. Sometimes, you might be faced with decisions or situations where you'd benefit from an expert's viewpoint. Relying solely on your own knowledge can limit your options. The solution. Don't be afraid to ask ChatGPT for opinions, recommendations, or expert insights when you need guidance. Why it matters. ChatGPT can offer fresh perspectives and ideas that you might not have considered. It's like having a brainstorming session with a knowledgeable colleague. Example. Imagine you're the owner of a small e-commerce business, and you want to improve your website's conversion rates. Instead of just researching on your own, you could ask, "What is your recommendation for a small e-commerce business looking to improve website conversion rates?" ChatGPT might suggest A/B testing or other tactics you hadn't thought of. Real-life application. Let's say you're considering expanding your business internationally. You can seek ChatGPT's opinion on the potential risks and benefits of international expansion. It can provide insights to help you make an informed decision. Takeaway. Don't underestimate the value of seeking opinions and recommendations from ChatGPT. It's like having an additional source of wisdom at your disposal. When you're faced with complex decisions or need fresh ideas, don't hesitate to ask for advice. Chapter 7: Challenge and Explore Ideas. In this chapter, we'll explore the strategy of challenging and exploring ideas when interacting with ChatGPT. This approach encourages critical thinking and delving deeper into various concepts and scenarios. The problem without challenging ideas. Sometimes, it's easy to accept ideas at face value. But challenging them and exploring alternatives can lead to more innovative and well-informed decisions. The solution. Encourage critical thinking and exploration by posing thought-provoking questions to ChatGPT. Why it matters. Challenging and exploring ideas helps you uncover potential flaws, discover new perspectives, and refine your understanding of complex topics. Example. Let's say you're interested in the ethics of artificial intelligence (AI) in autonomous vehicles. Instead of just asking for an overview, you could ask, "What do you think are the potential ethical challenges of using AI in autonomous vehicles?" This prompts ChatGPT to consider and discuss different aspects of the topic. Real-life application. Imagine you're leading a brainstorming session with your team about innovative product ideas. You can ask ChatGPT for creative prompts like, "What are some unconventional ways to improve our product's user experience?" This encourages out-of-the-box thinking. Takeaway: challenging and exploring ideas with ChatGPT can be a powerful tool for innovation and critical thinking. It encourages deeper discussions and helps you uncover insights you might not have considered otherwise. Don't shy away from asking questions that provoke thought and discussion. Chapter 8: Combine Questions. In this chapter, we'll explore the strategy of combining related questions into a single prompt when interacting with ChatGPT. This approach allows you to gather comprehensive information in one response. The problem without combining questions. If you ask multiple questions one after another, it can lead to fragmented answers, and it might be challenging to connect the dots between them. The solution: combine related questions into a single prompt to ensure you receive a holistic and well-structured response. Why it matters. Combining questions helps ChatGPT understand the context and interconnections between different aspects of a topic, resulting in more comprehensive answers. Example: imagine you're researching the impact of blockchain technology on supply chains. Instead of asking separate questions like, "What is blockchain technology?" and "How does it affect supply chain security?" you can combine them, discuss the impact of blockchain technology on supply chain transparency and security. This way, you get a cohesive response. Real-life application. Suppose you're planning a project for your consulting firm that involves multiple phases. You can ask ChatGPT to outline the steps for each phase within a single prompt. This helps you create a clear project plan. Takeaway: combining questions streamlines your interactions with ChatGPT and ensures you receive comprehensive responses that cover all relevant aspects of your topic. It's an efficient way to gather information and insights in one go. Chapter 9: Use Conditional Prompts. In this chapter, we'll explore the strategy of using conditional prompts when interacting with ChatGPT. Conditional prompts help guide ChatGPT through a step-by-step process or decision-making scenario, making it a valuable tool for problem-solving and planning. The problem without conditional prompts. Some complex tasks or decision-making processes require a structured approach. Without clear steps, it can be challenging to navigate these situations effectively. The solution: employ conditional prompts to outline a series of steps or decisions that ChatGPT should consider when addressing a complex issue. Why it matters. Conditional prompts provide clarity and structure, helping you tackle multi-step problems and decision-making processes in a systematic way. Example: imagine you're faced with a business challenge, such as declining sales, and you want to develop a recovery plan. Instead of asking a broad question like, "How can I improve sales?" you can use a conditional prompt. If a company is facing declining sales, what steps should they take to analyze the root causes and develop a recovery plan? This guides ChatGPT to provide a step-by-step approach. Real-life application. Suppose you're working on a strategic project for your consulting firm. You can use conditional prompts to outline the key phases and decisions involved, such as, what are the critical steps in developing a market entry strategy for a new product? Takeaway: conditional prompts are your tool for structured problem-solving and decision-making with ChatGPT. They ensure that complex tasks are broken down into manageable steps, making it easier to address them effectively. Chapter 10: Feedback and Iteration. In this chapter, we'll explore the strategy of providing feedback and iterating your prompts when interacting with ChatGPT. This approach emphasizes continuous improvement to get the best possible responses. The problem without feedback and iteration. Sometimes, ChatGPT may not provide the exact information you're looking for in the first attempt. Without feedback and iteration, you might settle for less than optimal answers. The solution: continuously provide feedback to ChatGPT based on its responses. If the initial response is not satisfactory, refine your prompt and ask again. Why it matters. Feedback and iteration are essential for fine-tuning your interactions with ChatGPT. They help you get closer to the desired results over time. Example. Let's say you ask ChatGPT about customer segmentation strategies, but the initial response is too general. You can provide feedback like, the response is too general. Can you provide more specific information about customer segmentation strategies? This prompts ChatGPT to improve its answer. Real-life application. Imagine you're conducting market research for a new product, and you need detailed insights. After receiving an initial response from ChatGPT, you can give feedback, specifying the areas where you need more information. Takeaway. Feedback and iteration are your tools for continuous improvement when working with ChatGPT. They ensure that you get increasingly accurate and relevant responses as you refine your prompts based on the initial results. Chapter 11, Domain-Specific Language. In this chapter, we'll explore the strategy of using domain-specific language and terminology when interacting with ChatGPT. This approach is crucial when your queries pertain to a specific industry or field. The problem without domain-specific language. When discussing specialized topics, using general language may lead to misunderstandings or inaccuracies. Precision is vital in such cases. The solution. If your query is related to a specific industry or field, use domain-specific language and terminology to ensure accurate and relevant responses. Why it matters. Domain-specific language enhances the precision of your queries and enables ChatGPT to provide information that is tailored to the particular context you're interested in. Example. Suppose you're working in the healthcare industry and want to understand electronic health record (EHR) security requirements. Instead of using generic language, you can be specific. In the context of healthcare compliance, explain the key requirements for electronic health record (EHR) security. This ensures that ChatGPT addresses the topic accurately. Real-life application. If you're a finance professional and need insights into hedge fund strategies, you can ask questions using finance-specific terminology to get the most relevant and informed responses. Takeaway. Using domain-specific language is crucial when discussing topics within specialized fields or industries. It helps ensure the accuracy and relevance of the information you receive from ChatGPT, making your interactions more valuable. Chapter 12, Evaluate and Validate Responses. In this chapter, we'll explore the strategy of evaluating and validating the responses you receive from ChatGPT. After all, the information you get should be reliable and relevant to your needs. The problem without evaluation and validation. Not all responses are equally accurate or reliable. Relying solely on ChatGPT's answers without verification can lead to misinformation. The solution. After receiving a response, take the time to evaluate its accuracy and relevance to your query. If necessary, validate the information through external sources. Why it matters. Evaluation and validation ensure that the information you use for decision-making and problem-solving is trustworthy and applicable to your situation. Example. Imagine you ask ChatGPT about the latest trends in renewable energy, and it provides a response. Before basing business decisions on this information, you might cross-check it with reputable industry publications or experts to ensure its accuracy. Real-life application. Suppose you're researching a competitive analysis for your marketing strategy. After receiving insights from ChatGPT, you can validate the data by comparing it with industry reports and competitor websites. Takeaway. While ChatGPT can be a valuable source of information, it's essential to maintain a critical mindset. Always evaluate and validate the responses you receive, especially when making important business decisions or relying on the information for your projects. Conclusion. In this program, we've explored 12 powerful strategies for maximizing business impact with ChatGPT. These strategies are your roadmap to crafting effective prompts, obtaining valuable responses, and enhancing your decision-making and problem-solving capabilities. To recap briefly: clear and specific questions. Phrase your prompts as clear, specific questions to get precise answers. Provide context. Offer context to help ChatGPT understand the background and purpose of your query. Use trigger words. Employ trigger words like explain or list to guide ChatGPT's response structure. Specify length and depth. Define the desired length and depth of the response for optimal information. Ask for examples. Request practical examples or case studies to illustrate concepts. Seek opinions and recommendations. Ask for opinions and recommendations to gain expert insights. Challenge and explore ideas. Encourage critical thinking by posing thought-provoking questions. Combine questions. Bundle related questions into one prompt for comprehensive answers. Use conditional prompts. Employ conditional prompts for step-by-step guidance in complex scenarios. Feedback and iteration. Provide feedback and iterate your prompts for improved results. Domain-specific language. Use industry-specific terminology for accurate responses. Evaluate and validate responses. Assess the accuracy and relevance of responses, and validate information when necessary. By applying these strategies, you can harness the full potential of ChatGPT as a valuable tool in your business endeavors. Remember that practice and continuous improvement are key to consistently achieving excellent results. As you apply these strategies and refine your interactions with ChatGPT, you'll find that it becomes a reliable partner in your quest for better decision-making, problem-solving, and business success. Thank you for joining us in this program, and we wish you the best of luck in your business journey.